So what do you do if you cannot access your make scenarios for whatever reason, or you lose them, or they get corrupted? It kind of sucks, doesn't it? So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to back them up and never have that problem. Before you start building your backup scenario though, you will need to create an API key for Make. So all you need to do is click on your name, then click on profile, and finally click on API. If this here is empty, it means that you don't have an API key. And all you need to do again is click on the plus sign to add a token. You'll give it a name, and best practices would be to create one API key for all of different scopes. But for this tutorial, we're just going to click on select all and save it. All right, now that you've got your API key, you're going to highlight and copy it. And just a word of caution, if you want to save this API key, make sure that you save it somewhere secure, because if you refresh this page, you will no longer be able to see your API key. Okay, now let's start setting up our automation. If this was the first time you're creating an API key, you will have to make the connection with your first Make module. You will have to copy and paste that API key, and it will also ask you for your environment URL, which is this first bit here of your URL. So basically you just need to copy and paste that, and that will make the whole connection. Once the connection is made, the first module is our list scenarios module. So we want the make module to list every single scenario in a certain folder. It will ask you for your organization ID. Make sure that you select the right one. If you're part of several, it will ask you for the team ID. Again, make sure that you select the right one, and then it will ask you for a folder. I generally put every single make scenario into my library. So this is the one I am generally backing up all the time. And then it will ask you to select a limit. For our tutorial, I'm going to select 2, but it will really depend on how many scenarios you have, and you may have to come back and change this limit the more you build. And you're going to press OK. The next thing we need to do is to actually get the scenario ID. And the only thing that we are mapping out is the scenario ID here. That's it. Then we are going to set up a Google Drive module to create a folder, because you cannot update the backups that you've done before. So basically, we're going to create a Google Drive folder, a folder in Google Drive in a specific location. So my location is a folder called Make Scenarios Backup, and my automations backup based on date. So when I go into my folder, I can see what the latest date is, and if I want to, I can delete the previous backups. So basically, you will go to date and you select format date. So this one here, format date. Then you will go in here and select now, and then you will map out how you want your date to appear. So this one will appear month, day, year. This is how we're mapping it out, and we'll click OK. And the last thing we want to do is upload a file in that new Google folder. So basically, we're going to grab the folder ID from here, and then we're going to map out exactly what we want to upload, which will be the file name, which is, sorry, I lost it, which will be the file name here, and then in here will be the blueprint data. And that's it. And we're going to click OK. And now our scenario is ready. Now let's run it and we'll test how it works. Now don't forget, I selected that I want only 2 scenarios, And as you can see, created 2 folders, and in each folder there should be one scenario, one JSON file. Okay, now I actually I was in the wrong place. So let me actually find my scenario backups, but here you go. So these are the 2 folders I just created, and each one contains a blueprint. Now, the last thing you want to do is to actually set up when you want this scenario to run. I suggest that you do it once a week, unless you're building so many scenarios that you need to do it more often. But I personally do it on Sunday at midnight because I know that at this time I won't be building something, and Sunday is usually pretty quiet for me. So this is the last thing you need to set up, and you need to save this scenario. And as I said, if you want this blueprint and all my other blueprints, and especially if you're building an AI business, make sure that you join the Skool community, and the link is in the description.